Good morning, everyone. And today, in the morning, I was having a small conversation with my son, and he was into physics. And he asked me, Papa, what is the first law of motion? And can you help me to understand these laws? And we sat together and we worked around for half an hour and explained the laws of motion to him. And after half an hour, when I went back to my room, and I sat quietly while I was working on the presentation, and something clicked my mind. I just thought, isn't this the law of motion, a law of life? Because the first law states, a body remains in a state of rest or motion unless and until it is applied by an external force. Isn't it the way we are living our lives? Isn't the way that we are looking at our lives with so much of stagnancy of our skills, of our knowledge, of our experiments that we are trying to do with our life? Isn't it something, a new career path that we are trying to think of, but we wait and watch others do it? And we keep talking to others about how we cannot do it. Because we are so much immersed into our own stagnation that it becomes so difficult to think out of the box. And let me tell you, my friend, there is an external force that at times can get applied, and there are times the force can even destroy you. So it's your choice. How are you taking that particular force? Is it the force that you want it to be destroy you, or you want a force that can build you? And that force I'm talking about is the second law of motion. To get out of this first law of motion, the second law is very critical. And the second law says force is equals to mass and acceleration. It is the product of mass and acceleration. How I look at it from my mind is, it's actually mindset and action. So force that you have to develop within yourself to come out of your comfort zone, to come out of your stagnation of mind, skills, attitude is actually needed, comes from the mindset and actions. Now for mindset, I'm giving you a very small plan. Hey, come on. I'm giving you a very small process. And this process is called Prana. This process is developed by me. And this process is called Prana. Prana, when it starts with P, the P in the Prana stands for pause. What has happened is we are so consumed in our daily routines that we have forgotten to break it. We have forgotten to pause. It's just like an object on the road can only be seen correctly if I stop my vehicle for some time and look at it and then move from there. I can only talk details about that small object unless and until I stop, I pause, and I look at it carefully for some time, then only I can get into the details. That's how our true purposes are hidden. That's how our true beliefs are hidden. That's how our true meanings of life are covered, are wrapped, are packed. And if I don't pause, if I don't pause, it's very difficult for me to look at the details of my life, to get into the deeper aspects of my true existence, to get into the real life of experiences that I'm trying to create for myself. So pause means it would bring you back to your experiences of life so far, and also the next R will help you more. The R stands for reflection. The R stands for reflection. Reflection means looking upon your own experiences to form a new path of progress. And when you look back into your reflections, I would want you to document, which means reflections are only fruitful if they are documented as journals. And what is a journal? Journal is an experiential capturing of your experiences, which not only help you to analyze what you did, but also help you to form a new path of what you can do better. So very simple. If you reflect, keep journaling, keep writing. You know why? If I ask you what you had for your breakfast in the last 1 week, you have no clue. You have no clue what you had for breakfast in the last 1 week. And I will also ask you what you were wearing 7 days back. You have no clue. If I ask you what was the thought that came to your mind at 12:30 in the afternoon while you were sitting in your office, you have no clue. You know why? Because mind is continuously bombarded with information. 50,000 thoughts in one day. How good you think you would be able to remember all those thoughts? And guess what? 90% of the thoughts get repeated, and we are unable to think out of those cycles that we create. This cycle can only be broken if I am willing to reflect and document, because when I document, I can always go back and see, and it can act as a quick reminder of what my mind gave me the best at that point of time. Next is A. Now when I talk about A, Prana, okay? So P and R are covered. Now I'm moving into the A. If I have reflected upon things, documented upon things, it's time basically for me to ask myself certain questions. And these questions should be self-directed, should be self-enlightening. These questions should be self-dwelling. So when I say self-dwelling, ask yourself the question, was I something I was made for this only? Or I was made for certain different things as well? Was I made to live my life at this level only? Or I was made to take it to the next level? Was I, made to only live at an average expense cycle? Or was I made to live a life of richness, wealth, peace, happiness? Ask yourself this question. And if you ask this question and if you get a yes, it's very simple. You need to create a need for it now. And what we normally don't do is we keep wanting, we keep wishing, but we don't make it a need. Ask yourself this question. Why do I need to be happy? Why do I need to leave this job? Why do I need to get on to the next level? What would my life look like? What would happen to the other areas of my life? My relationships, my health, my happiness, my mindset, my career, my family, my business. Think about it. What would happen if you were able to just work on this need? And this is how you create the need. You ask questions that become so critical, so important, and so deepening to you that if you don't work for it, you feel something goes missing out of your life. That's how the need is. Like we need air to breathe. If I don't get the air to breathe, it's very simple. I feel suffocated. And then I'll do everything possible to go to the corner, to get an oxygen, to get something else, but I would want to breathe because it becomes a need. If I am hungry right now, that's a need. Food is a need. And if I'm hungry right now, if I don't get food in a distance of, let's say, 1 kilometer, and I don't have a vehicle to, commute to another place to get to food, I would beg, borrow, steal, run. But in any circumstance, I won't give up on the need of food. So unless your ambitions, unless your callings, unless your purpose is creating a need for you in your life, it's very difficult to work for it. I'm using the word work again and again because that's the next A of my process. And the last A is action. I want you to take a small action today. It's not about becoming a millionaire today, but I'm saying to raise 100 rupees from your efforts today. It will give you the power to sail for the next 100 million. It's as simple as that. The moment you take a small action, you break your mindset. And that's where the force exists. You remember the second law. Force, mass and acceleration. It's a product of the both. So if I am working on my mindset of breaking my pattern of not settling down with stagnancy, but going to move, because stagnant waters are not visited by tourists. They basically go to see waterfalls, and that's where the entire tourism industry is actually placed. Look at the people who are at the beach. They enjoy more than at ponds. So remember, my friends, stagnancy brings a stinking mind. However, the movement brings the dynamism. The movement is something that would help you to move forward. And one step well taken, somebody said, is the journey half done. So if you have to begin your journey, it's that first step of small action. And what I mean by action is, if you were deciding to read a book, don't go by the book. Just focus on that one page that you can read today. And law of aggregation, if you have read about it, it simply means one day, one page well read can take you higher in next 30 days if practiced with a great deal of consistency. So I'm saying one step. Don't go for marathons. Don't go for marathons. No. You just have have to start jogging. No, 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 no. If you cannot jog, just keep walking. I'm saying the walking will take you to jogging, and the jogging can take you to marathon. It's all a stepwise process laid down by the universe. You look at the seed. It's actually a seed. The highest oak tree was once a seed. So all the trees you see today around you, the big ones, they were trees because there are years of investment, years of nurturing that has happened to them. So hold on to yourself and remember that one thought that can get converted to action. And that's why the goals are important, my dear friends. If you set a goal, which means a smart approach, but I'm not going into detail, but goals, if you set goals, you need to have a timeline in place. Timeline. If you don't set a timeline, it simply will again take you back to your procrastination cycle that never seems to end, which I'm sure you all are struggling with in some way or the other. We all do. 80% of the people are struggling with procrastination. That's what the research says. So it's your choice. You want to live like this forever? Your choice. Then stop thinking about your dream. Then stop thinking and punishing yourself on things that you are not willing to take action for. You're not willing to take action for. So there's nothing to feel bad. There's nothing to regret. It's only one thing that's required. Action. Action. And that's what is missing. You know why? Because we set goals and then we sleep on them. I'll tell you why we sleep on them. We sleep on them because nobody is there to question you. Yeah, you heard me right. There is nobody to question you. And if people don't question you, very simple, people will stop working. Look at the organizations. People can just have employees work by defining the job responsibilities. Why do they keep leaders? Hey, why do they keep leaders? They keep leaders because they know it. If they are left, they will be left behind. They know that if they are being freely allowed to work and not being questioned, they would fall back into the zone of comfort. That's how the mind is designed, to look for comfort. Look at yourself right now. You are sitting maybe in a very, very composed posture, and gradually you will slouch into that couch, and gradually you will go for sleep by watching some idiotic videos again. And that's how we gradually get drawn to comfort. I'll switch off the fan of your room today. I'll switch off the AC of your room today. You will run for the switch even if you're lazy. You know why? We work with consequences. We work with questionings. We work with getting challenged. That's how the mind works, my friends. So now let's go back. Let's go back. If I'm setting a goal, what do I need to make it accomplished? What do I need to achieve it? And I'm telling you what you need to do. All you need to do is keep an accountability partner. You heard me right. Accountability partner. Why do you think all the gymnasiums, they offer you group discounts? Why do you think people normally want to go to gym along with a partner? Why do you think they keep a gym trainer, the physical trainer? You know why? Why do you think people keep dietitians, people keep follow-up check plans by keeping a personal trainer, for their diet plans and all? Why do you think they keep it? Because people know when left, they would be left behind. When they're allowed, they would find out the easiest possible path, which is not going to work again. Okay? So keep an accountability partner and try keeping a friend whom you respect, and if you lose him, then it's very simple, you can't take it. Okay? You can't take it. So keep a partner whom you respect, value, whom you respect and value, once again, whom you respect and value, and whom you would like to listen to, even if you are in the dire circumstances, you would love to listen to, okay? So keep an accountability partner who can question you, because I pay some amount of my money to someone to check with me on certain goals that I have fixed for myself. And that guy is in Bangalore. He doesn't miss to make me a call and question me every day. Although I don't have a boss. Although I'm not supposed to report to anyone. Because you know why? Because I run my own company. I run my own entrepreneurship company. Okay? So it's very simple. If you run your own business, you don't feel questioned. And once you don't feel questioned, it's very simple. You go back to your old school of procrastination. And if you want to come out of it, keep a partner, and if possible, pay him. If possible, pay her. Okay? And that's how the true friendship is going to flourish. So my dear friends, follow this Prana approach. P for pause, R for reflection and documentation. A for, again I'm going to repeat for you, A for ask. And again, N for need, A for again action, and action needs to have an accountability partner. Alright, so once you follow this, if you find a small change in your life, I would be glad if I can get a comment or a small post or a small sharing which can help me keep making these videos and possibly change one aspect of your life. That's my true purpose and calling. Thank you very much, guys. What I just taught you, what I just taught the Prana approach, that's what I've been following this for long, and the results are something that drives me this crazy. Thank you very much, guys. Like, subscribe or share only if you feel the punch to do it, else I'm still on my mission and I will make it anyhow. Thank you.